If you're a residential painting contractor and you're looking to book more leads into quotes, this is a video for you. My name is Tyler Bains. I'm the owner of PaintLaunch, and I've worked with over 55 painting businesses in the last year to help them get more leads, quotes, and sales. And I make these videos just to show you exactly how we're doing so. Now, in this video, I'm going to go over a framework that I like to call SET. Now, in SET, we look at a couple of things, but before we go into those couple of things, I want you to understand what it looks like for the average painting business and the painting businesses that we work with. So the average painting business, we're here, and we'll call leads once, they'll text leads once, they'll email leads once, and they'll book maybe 25 to 30% into quotes. Now, the average painting business that we work with, we implement our systems so that they can do this 30 to 40 times, and in turn, book almost 60% of their leads into SET quotes. Now, this system is called SET, or S-E-T. SET means speed, engage, and track. These three things are going to help you book more leads into quotes. I'm going to break down how each step looks within your painting business. Now, speed, contact with the leads quickly, but we're doing every other interaction quickly. We're keeping them in that emotional state of mind when they first entered their information, getting in contact with your business. Now, you got to think about it. For them to submit that form and give over those details, they have a problem and they need you to fix it. So they need you to come out, provide the quote, and close them there and then. Right? And so if we keep them in that emotional state, we're going to, one, close more deals, but we're also going to book more quotes. And so if there's one thing that you can do inside of your painting business, book more leads into quotes and actually get more sales out of it as well, is calling your leads within the first 5 minutes. Now, there was a Harvard business study review that said if you call your leads within the first 5 minutes, you'll see a 391% increase in throughput. So more leads booking into quotes and then sales. Now, there's other studies done. I could say there's the inside sales study that showed conversion rates drop 8 times what they would have been if you contact the lead after that first 5 minutes. And there was another study done by Lead Connect that saw 78% of customers purchase from the company that first response to them. So speed's everything within the sale. And to make sure that we are, checking these boxes, we need to have everything else in place. Now, while we're looking at that, some other forms of speed and fulfilling that need of the customer, keeping them in that emotional state, is making sure that they can do that themselves as well. So we provide all the customers or all the clients that we work with a contact booking form. So what this looks like is the prospects will come through, they'll submit their information to become a lead, but then they get forwarded to a page to where they can book directly onto the contractor's calendar. This allows them to set almost 20% of the leads already booked into quotes without having to call them, text them, email them, nothing. The leads just self-book. And this is playing into the fact that most people have short attention spans and they want things now, right? So you got to think about it. People are scrolling on Instagram every day. They need that reward right there and then. And if they have to wait 24 hours for you to call them, and again, if it's 24 hours, it's another story, but even 2 hours to call them, they may have found another contractor and they fulfilled that need when you didn't. And then responding to text with a call and a text. So that would look like when we're following up, and this goes into the engaged aspect of everything. When we are doing that engagement and we're following up with them, we want to make sure that we actually respond to any text or email back with a call and a text as well. So say they text you what kinds of paints you use, you call right there and then, they don't pick up. You leave a voicemail, but you also text them back saying, oh, we use Sherwin-Williams and Benjamin Moore, right? That's what that can look like. We're just trying to get them there and then. Sometimes you can text the lead back and then they just get that answer and it's ghost town, right? You don't get them scheduled and you never hear from them again. So you want to get them when they are there. And the last part of this and part of speed is the speed for sale. So making sure that we book the quotes the same day or the next day. This kind of pops into availability as well. So if we don't have availability on a Saturday or a Sunday, that can hurt us, right? If you think of two painters, you see Adam, you see Bob. Okay. Now, customer is right here. Now, customer works 9 to 5, and Adam works 9 to 5. Adam works Monday to Friday, and the customer works Monday to Friday. Okay. And so you're going to see the customer can't book a time with Adam. Now, Bob, on the other hand, works 9 to 7. And he works Monday to Saturday. Now, he is working more hours. Yes. But what that means is that every single time the customer is going to go with Bob, and Adam's going to miss out on everything. So don't be Adam. Have some availability on Saturday, Sunday, or something after hours. Okay. Now, if you do that, you should have everything covered on the speed side of things. The next side of things is engage. So engage is basically everything after that first contact and everything in between. We're following up with those over a 2-week period. We are making sure that in those follow-ups, we're doing it on multi-channel, right? So text, email. We are doing 7 calls within a 14-day period, and we are doing a double dial with all those calls. Now, why all these are so important, okay? So texting, emailing, and calling over a 2-week period. Now, there was a study done by Conversation Link just a couple months back, and they saw over 42% of their appointments were directly booked through SMS follow-ups, and that's with their booking link as well. So that means that they almost doubled their throughput by just texting the leads as well as calling them. Now, calling them 7 days within a 14-day period, going off of that Harvard Business Review study, they saw that you'll get in contact with 90% of your leads after that 6th call. So not even 7 calls. And anything thereafter, it actually drops the efficiency by almost 50%. So you don't want to be wasting your time with older leads after that 7th call mark. Okay. Now, if you're doing all of these things, it really isn't too crazy. It's fairly simple. We're just making sure that we follow up with our leads consistently over a 2-week period over multiple channels. Now, when we do talk about multiple channels, we want to make sure that we're doing this not just only through text, email, and call, like a one-to-one. We also want to do it through advertising. So this can be a one-to-many. So ways that you can do that is retargeting on Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. This is just reminding your prospect that you're there and that you are the go-to painter within your region. This builds brand, but also builds trust, not to mention all the conversions that happen thereafter. It's super cheap, and I would highly recommend that you do it. Again, you could be spending $2 to $3 a day and reaching everybody within that audience. Super useful. Would definitely look into that. And that's also going to work in tandem with all the calls, all your emails, all your texts, as well as your prospecting campaigns, the ones that actually brought the leads in the first place. So doing this is just another way to get more leads, but also get more quotes booked. So super important there. Now, one last bonus thing that I'll talk about with Engage is do everything that we've talked about here every 3 to 6 months to that list. So say you built up a list of 1,000 leads and you just let them be, well, you're not going to get anything out of this. Now, we want to make sure that we can milk it as hard as we can, right? So a 6-month period, say it's Christmas, we have a special offer for them and only give it to that list in that retargeting audience. So a 20% all interior painting in between December and January for people that have submitted their information, right? And that's going to help you get more people, but at a very cheap cost. So sending emails is free, sending texts is free, depending on what you use. And the most could cost 20 or 30 bucks. So highly recommend doing all of that. And that's going to help engage those leads. Now, the last thing that we look at is tracking, or the T of set. Now, for the T of set, this is to use systems and stay organized. So it's not only tracking, but it's the additional things with it. So using a CRM or spreadsheet, it's, having a structured outreach system. So say you're calling, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 6, day 8, day 11, day 14, so on and so on. You're texting leads, so you have a set follow-up. So day 1, day 3, day 6, day 10, and day 1 emails, day 4 emails, day 13 emails, just a set process that you use every single time. And you can always, again, have nuances on this, but this is going to help you have a systemized approach and not just going all willy-nilly. Okay. So we track. Now, additionally, with track and software systems, all kind of mixed into that bag, is we're tracking that we're not getting marked as spam. So when you call leads and you do a lot of volume, you can occasionally get marked as spam on your phone number. So it can say likely spam. And so to monitor that, we want to make sure that doesn't happen. That can be you calling your spouse or friend or family member from your business line and seeing if that happens. Now, what's likely to happen if you've bought a phone number online and you haven't done any registration or anything like that, it probably will be marked as spam. So we would recommend either using your personal line or use a set business line that you get that registration with. Like, for example, all the clients that we work with, we give them one of those phone numbers because they can have call recording and tracking, but they can also get around that likely spam factor. Now, once they have that phone number, right? You want to make sure you're still using that with all those follow-ups, but you want to have a software you can use it with as well. And this is the second highest leverage thing you can do. So with a software that can manage all your leads, right? So if you get the right CRM, you should be able to manage all your leads, text all your leads, email all your leads, et cetera, and even more, right? So if you have the right software, super crucial here, and you'll be able to crush it. Now, if you have all three of these things, you will, you'll kill it, right? So you'll be able to, again, get in contact quickly, get in contact with leads quickly. You'll be able to engage them, and you'll be able to track everything. Now, if you implement all three things that we went over in this video, I am more than confident that you will improve your booking rate. Now, if you want some more hands-on help with this and us to build out this system for you, feel free to click the link below, watch that short video, see how we do it, and then you can book a call directly with our team. Looking forward to speaking with you, and I'll see you in the next one.